Well, I mean, our expectations, we're trying to obviously build off what we have done the last couple of years and certainly last year. And we'll be extremely young again this year, but we've got to find a way to go through the phases of learning how to handle some success, handle a little bit of adversity, and all at the same point keep on building on the tradition here in the history of this program. And we feel like that there's obviously a big transition when we came in as a staff. We feel like we've got the culture that we wanted to create here from an athletic department standpoint, and us as a staff as well. And for us this season, we want to build on it, and we've got two aspects of it: is find a way to get over that hump and understand and handle success. But also we're in the process of trying to find some leaders within our dressing room, and that's a tough deal to come by. Natural-born leaders are not always right there, and right now with a small senior class and some guys that haven't had a lot of experience in terms of play, our leadership is definitely something that we have to look forward to.
Well, I looked, and I mean, you guys were playing, I think, 16 freshmen and sophomores total last year. You had 10 wins in 11 games in November and December, and then just one, after the new year. Was it a consistency thing that you guys are looking at to how to fix that?
It wasn't so much the consistency. The goofy part of it was a little bit last year. Obviously, Cal Heater's a tremendous goaltender, played extremely well the first half. Second half struggled a little bit more for us. And the hard part was he had to almost play a perfect game for us to have a little bit more success. Our consistency was there last year. Top to bottom, there was a couple games that when we played Michigan, Miami, they outmatched us, and we felt like those games were certainly tilted there in their favor. But from a game-to-game situation all the way through to practice, we were consistent. That's the one thing I told the parents after the year at our senior brunch, that I wish the parents were in the locker room. I wish they were at every practice, because they'd be so proud of the players that their effort was it never changed. We never had to raise our voice once in practice the whole second half of the year, and it was just a little bit more of a little bit of the leadership thing, and then probably just in terms of pure talent, and we're upgrading on both. Our leaders last year struggled with a little bit of the success and how to handle it. They've never gone through it in the past. And so we're trying to look forward to that and build on that.
Can you talk about your returning forwards, the Ryan Zingle and McCormick and Fritz from your sophomores, and Chris Crane as a junior coming back, and maybe that adversity last year, help them this year?
Well, I think if you look at obviously the one thing that obviously is glaring for our roster, you didn't mention one forward that's a senior. So that's a little bit tough, and we've all been in the game a long time, that it's tough to go out there with not many seniors. That being said, we like where Chris Crane is at. He's certainly going to be more consistent as a player. He has to develop into a leadership role as well. Again, though, he has three other players as juniors, three other forwards that haven't seen a lot of ice time. And so, again, seniors, juniors, not a lot in terms of our forwards up front, and you mentioned it right away with DeZingle, Fritz, McCormick, in terms of sophomores and guys that played extremely well. They have a chance to play at a high level beyond college hockey, and then you add in the freshmen coming in. But we're very bottom heavy. You got 10 sophomores, you got 7 freshmen, and only 4 and 5 on the upper side. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but certainly we're looking for a little bit more consistency, and we'll put the pressure, at least more expectations, out of DeZingle, Fritz, and McCormick.
How about junior defenseman Curtis Gettig? What are his strengths? What's he bring to the squad? He's
a phenomenal kid, first of all, and secondly, what an athlete. The unfortunate part for Curtis is that he's gone through some injuries here. So he missed all summer, this summer as well. Last summer he missed with another injury, and so he's never really had a full summer to train. That being said, he looks outstanding. He looks fresh. He's probably one of the best skaters on our squad. His skating ability is tremendous. We're trying to get him to understand the game a little bit more, maybe have it slow down and really take care of the puck in a better manner. But he's still so young in terms of his development because he's had very little time to work at it. Last summer he missed all summer and preseason. This summer he missed the whole deal and couldn't really train to get probably a strength factor, and maybe confidence comes with that. But he is back skating now and looks very good.
How about your goaltending situation with sophomore Brady Gell and the highly touted freshman Colin Olson coming in? How's that looking?
It's going to be interesting because obviously Brady is the second year with us, but he's a senior as a transfer. And last year when he went in a couple times when he relieved Cal mid-game, he went in and played outstanding. He had a great game right before Christmas at Miami where he basically stole the game. I thought Miami outplayed us, but he played well enough. And but then from the second half of the year when he went in for Cal, or we gave him a game, he struggled a little bit. So and now you got a goaltender in Colin Olson coming from the Ann Arbor program, big, athletic. Again, as a freshman coming in, it's not very easy as a goaltender, but it's truly going to be a competition. I think at least to start the year, you're going to see us splitting those guys quite a bit.
What do you think specific areas of improvement are you going to target at the start of the year?
Well, our transition. I think we're much more at least appealing to the eye right now in terms of our transition and our speed. It's funny, we had our short practice here this morning, and I had my dad in town, and he's been in the game for a long, long time. I mean, 47 years in coaching hockey, and he's sitting up top, and his first comment right away is that you can definitely see the skill level is way different than last year. Your speed factor is way different than last year, so certainly we want to focus on that. You look at hockey, whether it's NHL hockey, college hockey, or even moving down, it's all about skill, it's all about speed, it's all about transition. Obviously you got to be pretty sound away from the puck and sound defensively, but if you can't skate and have skill, you're going to be in trouble, and we certainly feel like that we've had it improved in that area and something that we need to focus on.
I don't know, Paula Weston asked from CCHO, she's asked everybody about what the final season of the CCHA means to you and your program. I know you've got this just be your third year, but Ohio State's got such a storied history in the league. Do you have a sense of that?
Well, I mean, for me, I do, just because my dad's been around the game for so long. And, I mean, I remember when I was younger and coming up and seeing some of these guys in buildings, whether it was Rick Comley, whether it was Mason, whether it was Red, even Billy Davidge way back when he helped start Miami. And the CCHA has such a great, rich history. I heard Bobby talking there at the end, just talking about the guys like Mason and Red and what they've meant to the CCHA. But certainly for us as young coaches, and you see these guys that are around, and I'd throw Bobby right in there. I mean, when he speaks, you're certainly going to listen as a young coach and have great respect. And I look at a guy like Rico, who's young in terms of age, but in terms of coaching, has been around a long time. So us as young coaches, I like listening to Rico and what he has done. And you got Jeff Jackson, who's been in the league for a long time. So there's such a great tradition with the league, and it is sad to see the league is going away for right now anyway. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, but certainly it's tough to look at that and see a league with that much tradition going away.